Baby, I love you. You see when a cat blinks their eye, it's like a kiss. It's the equivalent of a human kiss. I've been talking to her. I brought her here to the graveyard for the sunset. Well, maybe your last sunset. There's a creek right behind me, and put a little water on her. She's laying under a tree, and just observing the life within her, the same life that's within me. Ironically, she's breathing pretty rapidly. Although she won't move a muscle. She hasn't been moving at all, and even when I pick her up, she's crying out. She still has a purr in her, though. If I pet her, her purr is very weak, but it's there. And I only make this video because I care. I brought her here because this is ideally how I'd want somebody to take care of me as I prepare to leave the physical body. And as she prepares to leave this physical form that we call Bella, that we label Bella Luna, for the moon, right? She's the moon and I'm the sun. The same one. It's within me, within her, for all eternity. It's the same life that's within you and everybody. And again, as I observe the life within her, same life throbbing within her, it's throbbing within us. I don't know if you can see it, but she's breathing still. I make this video in honor of her, in honor of the life that's within all of us. And I know she is listening to me as I direct this energy, not necessarily towards you or anybody specifically, or even her, but to the life that is within all of us existentially. Only if we feel and exist that we are pure physicality do we see things separately, not understand that the same energy, and feel that the same energy, same life within this body is within that body. We can use words to describe this, but really, when we feel this, when I look at her and I feel the life throbbing within her, as it is within me, as it is within my heart, there is no feeling of separateness, because I subjectively sense that she's on her way out. And that's okay, because with this acceptance, I accept it, and she's within this energy field, within the presence that enwraps us. So as I look down at her, and really looking down at her or anybody, because I don't see her as a body. I see her as life. I feel her as life. And when we understand really how fragile life is, it's easy to get caught up in personality and our own personal sensoriality, right? When I wake up this morning and simply to observe her, the life within her from within the body, we label Bella. It just gives you a sense of how precious and fragile life really is, and how in an instant it can be taken from us at any moment. When we really understand this, that as we exist here physically, there's a sense of mortality, at least as far as the physical body. Of course, existentially, we can never die. And we can see the world from the higher mind. The mind that doesn't dissect and analyze and pick apart the world. But that feels one with the world. Not as a concept, but love you, baby. You're beautiful. So in honor of her, I make this video. Graham asked me how old she is. I said, how is that even relevant? Calendar years. Just be with her now. Simply be with her. You don't need to label her with a number and say, oh, she's lived a good life because she's lived this many years. Just be with her now, right? This moment is the only thing that's relevant. Not the abstraction, calculation of how many years she's been here in terms of a calendar. And just be with her. I wrote, as I make this video, in honor of her. Also, I wrote in a book that the Lord graced me to write. It's recently been published. It's now on Amazon. Of course, not to make this about me at all. I just feel blessed to be a channel, to express. Not just a book, but even now, as you watch this. And I wrote a little section at the beginning and the end to honor her. To honor the life within her, because the most beautiful thing anybody can do is to include. The most beautiful thing you can do is to include another life as a part of you, because it's not really another life, right? It's the same life within me and you, within her and you. And when we consciously choose to include, Maybe it's not even a conscious choice. Maybe it's just a choiceless awareness. Wow. I'm aware that this life throbbing within her is not separate from what's causing my heart to beat. The same love and light, which is looking outwardly through her eyes in her final moments. It's the same love in your eyes. It's the same light in the sunshine. And I guess taking her here is kind of symbolic. Taking her to the graveyard. I spent a lot of time here, both in day and night. It's good to be conscious that in the physical body we're mortal, right? Because that'll expedite the spiritual process. Allow us transcendence. Transcend a purely earthly identity. Of course, we can understand it has its place here for a purpose, whatever that is. And we're here only by grace. It's only by grace, the grace of God, that we can even think of God. We want to understand that we're not our thoughts. We're the awareness that's aware of the thoughts that animates us within this. From within this. And I want to go back to her because I feel at any moment she's gonna leave us. But as I said, I make this in honor of her because her song and our hearts will live on. And now we have a video to prove it. She's taught me so much. Simply being. She doesn't have to say anything. It's not a verbal teaching. Simply being. And me being with her. She's taught me so much. I'm so blessed. You know, I'm not attached. And it certainly doesn't mean I don't love her. True love is not an attachment, right? Simply being with her. As throughout the calendar years she's spent with me. Providing me comfort and company. You want to understand what a relationship is and why humans have relationships. Reason, right? You can understand it logically on both dimensions simultaneously. You can understand it logically and reasonably, and also at the same time feelingly. You want both these masculine and feminine energies to be operating within us at full force and in proper balance. I reiterate this, as I've said in many videos. You want to perceive essence. Discern essence from appearance. Concepts and labels have to do with appearance. It can help us navigate this physical existence, but that which is the essence within her, which is beyond all labels, that we can label essence, has to do with feelingness, the abundance that is life. and all of existence behind appearance. The vitality that is the energy within you and me, whether or not one personally chooses to value that vitality and embody it on the journey which we're all subjectively on to full enlightenment. Whether or not they burn it up in worldly pursuit, or whether they value it, cherish it, nourish it, protect it, respect it, conserve it, preserve it, and stay whole, maybe a piece of chocolate, or whatever it is. They understand that this physical substance is giving them sustenance. This piece of existence represents and is symbolic of the life, the light that is within me. And as I consume it, it's allowing that life to continue within this form. And she's not even eating. She hasn't been for the past couple weeks, I'd say. She's been drinking water up until the past, few days. And the past few days, she hasn't even been drinking water. And it goes to show, we live not by food or even water, but by life. She hasn't moved in the past few days. The life within her is still going. She's still breathing. Heart's still beating. I promised her, as I make this video in honor of her, I promised her as well that I'd fast with her. She hasn't been eating. What is one way I can honor her? I can honor the life. It's within all of us. Well, I can fast. I can show that I'm compassionate. Not personally, but that, there's a lot of people in this world that don't have physical nourishment. They're starving. And on the other side of the spectrum, there's people that are starving for more constantly. They have millions and millions of dollars, billions of dollars, and they still want more. Constantly in pursuit of worldly fulfillment, which will never satisfy them. And I know, because I've been there, believe me. Not to make it about me. The never-ending chase of personal desire will not lead to fulfillment. If you notice, the most happy people are the most generous. Because they're joys. They're not attached to life. They're willing to drop off at any moment, right? It's a misunderstanding that happy people want to prolong life and be immortal. At least in terms of the physical. Probably happy because they understand, they know that they are immortal. That they're not limited to the physical. But anyways, it's the unhappy people that want to invest in science and try to prolong the physical, make it immortal. Ironic, isn't it? But anyways, not to get off on a tangent. It's a habit of mine, if you haven't noticed. simply be with her. You know, these people over here, they're doing a camera shoot. I'm guessing it's for like Halloween or something. They're all dressed in black and, you know, they're posing for the camera. And I'm thinking, as soon as that picture is taken, it's already unreal. It's already in the past. Even this video, in our hearts, Bella, the song "In Her Will Ever Last." Still, as you see this, it's in the past. It's already happened, right? It might not be for you, and that's one way we can live on in terms of the physical. We can share ourselves, our energy, via technology. In this sense, technology is a blessing, because we can live on. As a song, as a vibration, as this seemingly individual piece of creation. And so as the sun is setting, providing the necessary ambient energy to prolong us while we exist in a physical body, I'm gonna end this, take her back, have a nice little setup for her, and let her go. I have the window open so that when life within her leaves the body, it's not trapped in a room. It can freely flow out the window and continue onward. I don't know. It's beautiful to admit. I don't know. Where will she go? You know, I've spoken to her and said, you know, I really think, I give you my blessing, that I think in next life you'll be a human. What a blessing it is to be a human. Wow. To exist from within a human form. What a beautiful blessing. That's why I make this. To express the essence which is founded in the slowness, the silence, the wonderful whisper of Mother Nature. It's not founded in loudness, although in a certain sense that silence, the presence, which holds everything together, is in that loudness. We can simply sit in seeming chaos and still within us be that pure, utter stillness. What a blessing it is to be human, to consciously be the loving witness, to be able to discern essence from appearance, and at the same time put language to it, have a discretionary intellect, be able to discern and use technology and tools that other animals aren't able to. What a blessing it is to be human. I heard a quote one time. It's not about being superhuman, but about realizing that being human is super. A lot of people out here trying to be extraordinary, when it's simply a blessing to be ordinary. Divinity is found in the commonplace, in everyday existence. In the essence. I love you. You're beautiful. So if you take anything from this, just remind yourself. If you feel like you're getting caught up in your thoughts or emotions or whatever, that life is really fragile. And that I love you.